Because like I just don't have the motivation to do anything, which I think there's a lot of factors to that. I think there's a potential physical, mental reason. And I think also just with what's been going on with the election. I think that's also played a part of it, which I guess goes with like the mental side of it, but I think that's played a huge part in me not wanting to do anything. And I think on top of that, there's also the other reason of like, I don't have money, so I can't buy anything or like do anything new in that regard either. So then I think to me, it feels like I'm very restricted on what I can do, which I think means I'm gonna have to get a job, which I just didn't want to do throughout high school. I really didn't want to have a job. I think in my mind, for some reason, I was like, oh yeah, this will work out fine. And like, knowing how I was, like, yeah, it never was going to work out, but at least like, you know, beforehand. I'm not saying like it ever will. I'm not being that doomerism, but like that doomer like, but I'm just saying that, you know, it's not surprising that I'm still where I am. So yeah. Yeah, am I gonna have to boost my algorithm on TikTok too? Awesome. I love that for myself. Can I like my own posts? Okay, I sure can, maybe. Like, I hate that I have to do this, you know? I hate it. Why does this look so bad? This looks so blurry. I just realized that. Why does it look so bad? And there's not like a... Yeah, there's not a resolution thing. Why does it look so bad? I'm very confused. It looks like garbage, but it could be because it's on the web. Maybe? Yeah, these all look like garbage. Like the gaming clips. I don't think they looked that bad, did they? Hang on, let me look at the main channel. Because I know I've had some that look bad, but like I don't think they actually look that bad.
Hang out in the corner for a little bit, just throw a ray at my face. Assume gold is 80.
I guess here it doesn't look bad, but I guess it's because it's like zoomed out. So yeah, maybe it's just because it's zoomed in. But yeah, even like the other ones I crop normally looks worse, I feel like, than usual. But I think it is also because I'm on PC. I'm not sure if on phone it looks better. Actually, I think I did test that and it looked like the same. I don't know why it looks bad. Like, because it really shouldn't. I have settings on to make it like not look bad. And yet it does for some reason. I don't know why. It's very odd. Yeah. Yeah, I think just going back to like how demoted I feel is like just also everything with the election. I'm sure is also dragging me down a lot because I'm sure I had a bunch of energy and wanted to do a bunch of stuff like when the announcement like that Biden shutdown out first came out, and also like the walls announcement came in, because I'm sure I was actually playing games around those points, and even now like I'm just sitting here talking, you know. Or like, yeah, I was like actually like, okay, I have an idea for what I want to do this stream. I mean, yeah, because even like I was doing like Ultra Lyrics or like playing games around the time, and like, yeah, I'm just not doing that anymore. Like, I think as I'm getting closer to the election, it's just not happening. Like, I'm just not in the mood for it. Like, and the problem is I don't know how to get that motivation back is the problem. I mean, physical, like it, like that one's easy. So if I just work out more and like that, then that's fine. like that part solved. It's just the mental stuff I don't know. It seems like it's gonna take a bit for me to get diagnosis on how I am mentally. And I think my mom mentioned something like that she can't afford like another therapy session. It's like I wouldn't even be able to really go like therapy, which I guess this is my therapy. So it's not like the biggest thing in the world. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Like I feel like I just feel defeated is what it is. Cause like even like at school, like it first gave me like that burst of like productivity energy, but I think I'm just realizing at school like it's like the same thing. I'm basically doing nothing at school as well. So like I'm not even really getting a productivity boost from that either. Like this is the most uneventful, like least impactful year of school I've ever had, which I guess makes sense if it's a senior year. But like I'm doing nothing for like most of the day. Like it's not great. It's just like I just don't know how to get out of this thing. It might unfortunately just have to be like get a job. Like I think it just has to be. Or if like I force myself to work on something. That's another thing too. I'm not doing that, and I think I should learn to multitask with like videos and like music with stuff. It's just I never think to do them until it's like on stream, or then my mind will just be like, oh, I'll do that on stream, because like that's when I'll actually be productive. It's like, well, I should get out of that mindset. I should definitely work on stuff off stream. I mean, even like this is like not very good. I just kind of threw this together in like I think 2 separate streams. I just in the like spur of the moment just threw this together. So yeah, it isn't even like good. I just need to find my motivation again, I think. I think also though, if I just like plan stuff too, like then that would make me feel better as well. Like my streams, I'm not saying like my day in general, because I think it is fine and like kind of good for the most part to like not plan too much. But like I should go back to how it was like when I like first started streaming, where I or even like I think like a year or 2 in, like I at least had like 1 stream day planned, so like I knew what I wanted to do going into that. And yeah, I've just since like completely abandoned that. I think the last time was even like that was like it might have been the parasocial relationships thing, but like for like a game it was since Fire Emblem Engage, which was before I rebranded. That was the thing I played before I rebranded, because I took an unexpected month off. So yeah, I was supposed to stream in like the middle of that too, and my computer broke literally that day. Because I was messing with emulator stuff, and I think I screwed up and like reset or like turned off while I was resetting or something like that. It wasn't completely my fault, but yeah, it was something like that. I know I haven't touched any emulator stuff though since. Yeah, I should get back to playing like Wii games and stuff too, probably. But like now I don't even want to do the thing I was thinking of yesterday, where I was like gonna be like, oh, I'll debunk like political ads. I don't even want to do that, man. Like, I feel like I'm just the angry old man who just wants to sit there and just complain about stuff. And it's just like, that's not great, man. Like, I need to enjoy stuff more and like be wanting to do stuff. And yeah, I just need to learn to multitask. I need to do that. Because yeah, right now I only watch videos like exclusively, and I need to stop doing that. Well, I think also me just watching clips also is like not helping. The fact that like mostly what I watch the whole day is Hololive clips, so they're anywhere from like a minute to like 4 minutes probably, you know? Like I'm sure that's also not helping me, because I just go from one to the next, and before you know it, oh look at that, you lost the whole day. And like I think yesterday I literally was like not on my computer at all until like 8 to like right now. Like I was, before that I was just watching clips. Well, and I think I rode the exercise bike, but like that was it. That's like the only other thing I do, and I'm pretty sure it's just the only reason I love doing it so much is because I listen to music while doing it. Which I think that is true. Like a lot of stuff would be super bearable for me if I could just listen to music with it. But also freaking like I don't know what's going on with mobile on YouTube with the shuffle system, but it feels like half the time it just doesn't work. I don't understand it. Like sometimes if you go through the shuffle, it will just like cut off, like, because how it's supposed to work is I think you have like 200 on either side that it gives you, right? On mobile, or like 100 on either side, so you get like 300 total you can scroll through. And if there's any more than that, you have to click on one so it loads more. But it will just do that now, like even on the video you're on, like it won't load the next ones. Or like it'll load like the next like 12 or something like that, and that's it. And like I don't understand why it's doing that. I thought maybe it was where it was in a playlist, like if it was at the bottom like normally, then like it would only like it would act like it's the bottom, so it wouldn't load anything past it. But I don't think that's true, because I think the video that was doing it with, because it was consistently doing that, it was only loading like 1 or 2 or none after it. So I thought I had something to do with that, but I don't think it's listed as last. So I think just sometimes like YouTube's just like, nah, we're not gonna, you're not gonna load the rest of this. And it's like, awesome. That's great, dude. I love that. Yeah. Well, I think it's also like, and why I'm not growing on Twitch is like for a big reason is like I'm just sitting and just chatting, because again I'm just talking about stuff and complaining. Like I need to play games or something, you know, like I need to do something different, so I'm not just drowning in here. Because like even this is not eye-popping. Like maybe if I was a VTuber, sure, but like this is not eye-popping. It's a purple and orange background with a full, like a clear PNG tuber. So like, yeah, no, it's not. It's not good. I might honestly like, because I was thinking about React stuff, that might honestly be better for me. Like what like Coefficient or like Nag says, where they react to clips on stream. So like, you know, I can still live my life and not necessarily worry about it. But like I can like catch up with clips. I think obviously it's gonna work better if I have an audience, so like they can be like, oh, this clip is good, or like stuff like that. Because like, yeah, it's not great that I'm just watching that stuff. Although, to be fair, I don't know how to be productive. I think that's the issue too. Because my whole life I've basically just been doing this. So I think my issue also is like, I don't know how to be productive. Like, what can I work on at this point? Especially with like content creation. What can I do to make myself like stand out? Like, I guess I could do the like debunking like political ads and like make like TikToks of those. And like just like general jokes that I have from like if I'm watching like a Hololive clip, I'll play the Hololive clip and then do like a bit afterwards. But like that also doesn't really imply that I stream on Twitch unless I literally put in hashtags like Twitch or like Twitch streamer, something like that. Or a PNG tuber also. I mean, I think it could work, right? It's just like I gotta be really like on it with it, because I think I've already gotten out of the habit of making shorts for the main channel on over here. I mean, the thing is though, it probably will help a lot on TikTok, the fact that I can post them in 16:9 on TikTok. Like that'll actually be very helpful. Because like that's the main reason why I didn't make shorts to begin with, is because I had to switch the format of it, and like even like looking at it with tech, and I was like, I don't know how to like make it look good. But if I can just take the like 16:9 video and just put it on TikTok, like I think I'll just do that. So yeah, because I think it also has a full screen option on TikTok. I've never used it. I never download TikTok at all. I've never downloaded it. It's ironic that I still am in the same problem that people have with TikTok with Hololive clips. Yeah, I think that's just why it'd be helpful. But like then, like, what am I gonna watch? Is another thing, because like my timeline is dominated with Hololive clips. It's like, what would I watch at that point? I guess like other VTuber clips. But then I feel like they're like the more like the less safe for work stuff. And then it's like, well, I don't want to really risk it, you know. Or yeah, I could just learn how to multitask. It like I think that's the main reason why it's hard with clips too, is like because they're so short, you can't really do anything in the meantime. I guess what I could do actually is just have one of the girls' streams up and then multitask while they're streaming, or like a VOD that like someone else has had, you know, because I watch like Jeremy Dooley and like Tom Fox's VODs. Well, unless Tom makes a highlight video, then I watch the highlight video. But if it's like something I want to watch and you make a highlight of it, I will watch the VOD. So like I could also just pull up like a VOD or something like that and multitask with that as well. And I probably should. I think another problem though is like, because I want to like learn like voice acting or like singing, but the problem is like at this point I'm gonna have to use like YouTube tutorials, so like that also is taking away from me watching videos and singing. It's like the same issue I had with like editing, where like when I had the headphones off to the side, I could just put them on, like take off my earbuds and then put on the headphones and bam, I'm editing, right? I can't really, it's really hard for me to do that though when I have to use the same thing for both sides. It's really hard to make that switch for me. So like that was also a problem. I guess this stream is just talking about how I feel like crap and like not doing anything. There's also that. The only thing is though, it's like, what am I gonna do with that? I think that's another reason why I'm not doing it, because like it's like, great, I have like a good singing voice, what am I gonna do with it? You know, like I don't have a mic that's really good for singing. I don't know how to play instruments. I know one person I think who does know how to play an instrument, and I think they play an acoustic guitar. So it's like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, and I think DAWs and like just making all the music electronically probably doesn't sound great. So it's like, what do you do, man? I'm also not a good lyricist, which I think that you just have to practice and get better with. And it's just like, I think that's what's mainly stopping me. Like the voice acting thing actually has some, like there can be some use for it as like an entertainer. I can use it. So like that actually has some uses, but like the singing part is what's like, and the thing that sucks is like the singing one is what I want to learn more. But like the singing part, I just right now don't see it, because also like it's weird because I looked at TOS and it makes it seems like you can't do karaoke, but also I go to the music session and see people doing karaoke. It's like, I don't know, I'm just gonna play it safe and not do it. And it seems like YouTube's a lot more laxed on that, or like you can at least like unarchive it, I guess. Oh, you know what, that's probably what they do with those VODs actually. They just don't archive the VODs. I think that's when like an issue arises with karaoke, probably. Like it just has to be unarchived. Yeah, I think. So yeah, I guess maybe I could do it. Yeah, maybe I unarchive it. Well, like, I can't really do that because I was gonna say like, and then clip the. Well, I guess if I unarchive it, I probably would still record it. So I would probably just take the songs and upload them. I could probably do that. Because yeah, I think as long as you unarchive the streams, it's fine. I literally played Moves Like Jagger on stream, I remember, when I first started, and it was fine. And I mean, again, I had like nobody watching me, so that's probably what also helped with it, but I played it on stream and like it was like no problem, obviously, because it was unarchived, because I didn't realize there was a setting to archive them. That's why like my first like 4 streams or something like that just are lost of time, because I didn't realize you had to, there was a setting to archive them into like my 5th stream or something like that. That's also why the first stream is that is saved, or like the oldest stream rather is like first stream to actually be saved, is because of that. Well, and also for the longest time I would actually just make the what the title of the stream was, I just carried over to the VODs, but then I was like, I probably should just tell people. And it was during like the stretch where I was playing like Phasmo a bunch, like I think in like February or something like that, like Phasmo and Soul Calibur a bunch. So I was like, you know, at this point I probably should just switch it to like what I was actually doing during the stream. It does make it though, so like, especially my talking streams, and this is no different, I can tell, is that I'm probably gonna have to number them. Like, I know Ray does that with his thumbnails. And yeah, I probably should do that, so you can at least differentiate them more, and less, like, except just looking at the date. I probably need to also, like, put what I was talking about, because obviously they would all blend together. But it's also hard, because I talk about the same stuff, like, all the time. So I feel like even then it's hard to like differentiate them. I also just completely gave up on making playlists, I guess, at this point. Well, that was because it was for like playthroughs of games basically, and then I have not done that since I think it's been since the Engage thing. And even then that was a challenge, it wasn't a playthrough. Right? I don't think I've played through any games this year. I don't think. Yeah, because I would have played Tekken a bunch at that one point. It was like a month straight of Tekken streams. And yeah, it would have been all the Phasma stuff. Yeah, no, I think that's it. I played Dokapon a bunch early in 2024. Oh, okay, no, I ended Lego Star Wars 3 in 2024. That was it. But like, I wouldn't even technically really count that, because that was I started that in the 2023. I wouldn't even necessarily count that. It just kind of went into 2024. Yeah, that was the last time I did a playthrough of a game. And yeah, I think it's just also because of the election too, because like, I don't think I'm honestly going to be that political. I mean, especially if Kamala wins. I don't think it'll be that political. If Trump wins, oh boy. But I think if Kamala wins, I won't be all that political. I think I still will be like, hey, we should like probably switch, you know, like I'll still say progressive stuff, you know, I'm not gonna change on that, but I will probably be more invigorated to like just go back to like playing games and stuff and just having fun. Because I noticed I was getting especially more political as the time was going on. I think it was really around when like, you know, after that first debate with Biden and Trump, and people were calling for him to drop out. I think that was really like the first sign of me like starting to like pivot in that way. But I think it's also, I feel like these talks are like great for like beginning stream stuff and then like going into like the regular stream stuff, right? Like this is great, especially like I'm doing this by myself, right? I've been talking for like 30 straight minutes by myself. So like that's great, you know. I feel like for a just chatting section, like before like the game or something like that I want to do, like it's great. But then like oftentimes I'll have these like hour-long streams, and so like, well, I only have a half hour to do the other thing. Which I think over the summer I'm probably just not gonna care. Cause I still followed my rule with like this past summer, and I feel like I really shouldn't have. Like sleep is important, but like obviously like over the summer you can sleep in. So like maybe unless my mom is like gonna tell me to get a job over the summer, I'm gonna really focus on that and like just not care. Like basically the stream I did yesterday, right, where I streamed at what was it, like 11, I think, right?
Sell it online.
Like probably stuff like that.
And go big, like a million orders big.
I just will stop caring.
Businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up today at shopify.com/YouTubeAudio.
I feel like though also the problem with like making shorts is like with talking it's so hard. Like TikTok, I think at least you get like 3 minutes, I think is the max. So like you at least have a decent amount of time there. But like especially on a YouTube short where it has to be under a minute, like that's so hard to get like, you know, a talking segment, like especially with what I talk about, which is like more like deep, like more you gotta think about it more like stuff that needs more context, you know, more intellectual stuff. Like that stuff's also hard to get like condensed in a minute. And like I don't really want to edit much. I think with my brain it's just like, well, I think one, because I don't like video editing, but two, I think also I'm like, well, if people were to come back because of the unedited thing, like they're gonna come back. Like it's a guarantee that they're gonna come back, right? I feel like, or at least like much more likely. Like if I made it like super edited, then like I just don't think that would work, you know? I just don't think it works the same. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it also just sucks like what I'm interested in, right? Because it's politics and VTubers. And like that's such a hard niche, dude. Like that's such a weird niche. I'm sure I would find some people, but like that is such a weird niche just to like find people, right? Like it's not great. Again, I think the politics stuff will be a lot less likely. Like I think it's just because it's around election time. And I think next year I probably won't care because odd number election years in America seem to not really matter as much. They're like basically non-existent except for like a few like governor races, and like that's like probably about it, I think. Yeah, there's like a few governor races. But yeah. And like there might be like some provisions on ballot, something like that, but that's about it. So I also probably wouldn't talk about that much unless like it's something that's happening around me, probably. Because I think once I hit 18 I won't care as much to at least say, because I think it's fairly obvious I'm American. So I think once I hit 18 I don't think I'll be too afraid to say what state I'm in, even though I think if you just look at my last few like, or just my last streams in general, like it'd be very easy to tell. Yeah, I'll be more open about it for sure, I think, when I turn 18. Or at least I'm out of senior year. Maybe not like once when I'm still in senior year, but I think once I'm out of senior year, I don't think I'll care as much. Yeah. It just sucks, man. like I just want to feel like I'm able to do stuff, but I think, yeah, again, I just have to do stuff like I can multitask. And I think I need to watch streams. Honestly, like I've not been a stream watcher. I think I need to watch streams. So like that will actually make me multitask some stuff. Especially if I do it like on my computer. I think that would also help big. Like help out a lot. Because then like obviously I can like work on stuff on like my computer or something like that if I need to. Maybe like with, you know, my whole setup here because I need to change it. I think I just need to commission someone to draw it. Like a background for me. That'll help a lot. I guess I could also see like how expensive it is to make a VTuber on your own. I know like it's very expensive. But like I'm curious like if there's a way I can do it pretty cheap. I don't know. If there's any like coding that goes into it as well. Because, I mean, I know basic code, so, like, I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to, like, learn it. If there is coding to it. It's like, I could also figure that out, but, like, I think you do need to draw the model. And I think you need to know, like, 3D modeling, too, don't you, probably? Well, I guess if it's a 3D model, like, if it's 2D. Like, let me just, like... Let me see. I just want to see what's in, like... What's a part of it. 2D or 3D software and powered through motion capture tracking. .2D models usually made using a combination of Photoshop and Live 2D. A free rigging animation tool for flat art. Yeah, because I definitely want to make a 2D model. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn animation if I want to do this on my own. Is the thing. So that's a big part of it. Yeah. That's the thing too, though. I've seen like a lot of people on Twitter like who follow me like are often like VTuber artists or like oh, commissions, like open commissions or something like that, and it's just like I just don't have the money, man. Like I just can't. That's crazy that they say $100 for 3D, because I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess it's for like a really good one, right? Like a one that looks good. Okay, and you also need to draw the faces. That's the thing. Actually, yeah, I think the animation wouldn't be that hard for me. I think what would be harder for me is drawing. Like, unironically. Yeah. So yeah, we definitely like I'd have to draw it. Like I'd still need someone to draw it probably. Like I don't know if I could really make it on my own, honestly. Like that's the issue. Wait, Streamlabs has their own section about making 3D VTuber? That's funny. Yeah, I guess maybe there would be some people then who wouldn't commission for that much. I guess also like if I were just to work a job, like a not that bad job, like $100 is like I wouldn't even have to work for that long. It would be like, what would it even be like? It would be, let me see the average amount. What am I? Why can't I think of the thing? I have a headache, so that's probably not helping. Why can't I think of the freaking like wage? Average amount of weekly wage for workers. Oh yeah, you get like 1,000 a week. Okay, yeah, so that's like, yeah, that's. But I guess that's still like pretty short, small ones. Do they have by like bigger? 1,000. Oh, 1,000 pays more. Yeah, what's like the lowest tier for some of these? Seems like 50 is pretty low. 20 is pretty low. Okay, 10 to 19 seems to be lowest, and even then they're like all I think 1,000. So yeah, no, I definitely would be able to do that. I just don't want to invest in it, man. And also, like, especially with school, it would have to be a part-time job, which would not pay as much, because I assume that's also looking at full-time jobs. Yeah, I should have probably googled that actually, like with part-time job. Oh, it's actually like slightly less. Okay, it's not that much less. I just really don't want to work a job. I think honestly for a job what I want is just like to be by myself. Like in a work environment. If I could be as much to myself as possible. Like especially like with what I want to do, because like I just want to do this, you know, like and do well in this. So it's not necessarily like I don't want an office job is what I'm saying. I feel like it's just the idea of being like a fast food worker is not appealing to me right now. You know, like I just don't want to deal with people. Like or like even like retail. What am I looking for? Like jobs that have no requirements, maybe. Real estate agent. Actually, I like a lot of these. I'm looking. Oh shoot! Oh, okay. No, the music just got. I thought the music was stopped the whole time. Maybe I should also look for like below 18. Let me see. Oh, hey, a restaurant. Yeah, that. Oh, preschool assistant teacher? Heck no. Like, I don't want to be a teacher really either. Like, I think it's the problem. Like, everything that like I could take, like I don't want to do, like at all. I just want to be to myself. But I think like with all of these, like I guess maybe housekeeper, because like that I could probably be to myself. Because like that's really it.
So
And it seems like a lot of these are like intern jobs as well. Like I feel like I'm not qualified to take these.
Buckle up, because it turns out popcorn is pretty hardcore.
Listen for free on the YouTube Music app.
Oh yeah, also we don't have the pay information like any of these as well. I just noticed. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just none of this looks appealing. Ugh. It's just I hate it. Like, yeah, I think I honestly wouldn't mind being a janitor, because like I'm just doing my own thing. Or like, yeah, maybe like a person who stocks shelves, but I think in most of those cases you have to be a cashier as well. So I'm like, that's not fun. I mean, yeah, if it was like something along the lines of what I like doing, right? Like it was like playing a game or something. I see like online jobs maybe. Online job. Okay, I don't like that all of these seem like scams. These websites. Okay, this one seems legit. I also didn't like that some just said that they were sponsored, which makes you think that like, yeah, they were not. Great. Okay, so Indeed actually has those. I think it was saying that too. Freelance slider, freelance graphic designer, Grants, editing, proofreading. Sell stuff online. Awesome. Music production, mixing. Like, I want to do stuff like that, man, but I don't know. Hey, start a Twitch or YouTube channel. Hey, that's not worked out well for me. Complete online surveys. I might look at that. Some survey is like swag bucks. Like, let me look at this because they recommended it twice. So like, let me look at it. You know, because I've seen stuff like this. It has a 4.4, so it makes it seem like it's actually legitimate. Like, oh, let's say that some left, and also 2023, what happened with it. What are the top ones? Like, yeah, let me just look at reviews on it. Okay, sometimes on Android it doesn't always work. The games don't work, and that was in September. Yeah. Like, I don't know, it just feels like a scam to me, which is why I'm so hesitant on it, right? It just feels like a scam. And like, also like, I feel like so many stuff is like subscriptions at this point that I feel like it's ever to get like a actually like good like DAW or something like that, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's a subscription service. It's not a one-time purchase. I don't think so. Like, isn't like Ableton or something like that a good one? Ableton. I assume it's on a freaking, you know, a subscription service. Okay, this doesn't. Yeah, it looks like it's a subscription service because it's doing like dollar amount for 12 months. So, yeah, it looks like it's a subscription. Also, they don't have the freaking like dots or anything to say like cents, which is weird. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a subscription service. I mean, because they literally have a try it for free thing, which is like basically what all subscription services do, is that they give it a free option. So, yeah, I wouldn't even be able to keep doing it as a thing. Like, do I just keep grinding with like YouTube and stuff? It just sucks, man, because I think like with YouTube at this point, you need to you just need to have good video editing to succeed, or have good connections. And like it's so hard to do that. Like I doubt, like maybe on TikTok, but I doubt on YouTube there's many people who have succeeded with not having that many. I'm sure there are like some people who've done pretty well, but I'm sure like they've not like blown up all that much, and they don't have that crazy content. I guess like the closest would probably be Magic to Noah, because like yeah, he doesn't have much to his content. He literally makes all of his in like Google Slides. And I think basically all he does is just do like subtitles, right? I think it's because his idea is so unique, and also he makes the game purposely bad so it's funny. So I guess the main difference with that. And I think also he was like the first person to do it too, so that also helps. But yeah, I think in today's day and age it's much harder to succeed on like not doing any editing or like very little editing. Like I guess I can try that method with the Hololive clips, because at least then it gives me an excuse for me watching all the freaking Hololive clips that I do like during the day or something like that. Like then it actually gives me an excuse to like make content off of it. But yeah, I don't know, man. They did say, although it usually takes quite a while to get going. I want to make my own music, but like, there's not really any great free DAWs. And like I feel like want to make a song exclusively electronically, because I feel like also it's just much easier when you have your own instruments, and also people typically like the sound of it better. But also like I have to actually use like music theory, I feel like, when I'm doing it electronically, where if I'm just on like just playing it raw, right, like then I can just kind of do whatever and be like, ooh, that sounds nice, and just kind of go along with it. You know, I don't really have to think about music theory all that much. Be like, oh, well, this has to go into like this chord, and like this chord goes into that chord. Like I wouldn't have to do that. I'm sure like it's something you probably get used to, but I wish I paid attention more in that digital music production class, because I ultimately did not care that much. I definitely cared about more than my music theory class, but I still think I didn't care about it as much as I probably should have, especially since I want to do stuff like that now. Yeah. I've heard of Survey Junkie. I don't remember what they're all about. Like, you make money from surveys. Oh, you know what? I think it's because like either like mobile games had like all ads of these, or like it was something like that. Like maybe YouTube advertised it. This is just research how you can manipulate people more. This is by a consumer insights platform, which makes you feel like they just turn around with it and just make it so they just tell corporations like, hey, this is how you can make them worse. I don't know. Just to me, it feels like that's how it would work. Oh wait, it's literally says share your opinion to help brands deliver better products and services. Which I don't think that's how it would work. I think it's more of how they can manipulate them. But, you know. Yeah, I think that's probably what these actually do. In all honesty, because like if it was like a non-profit or something like that, and like they were getting like stuff on like studies, right? I think that would be good, like, and cool and neat. But I think with this, it's probably like they just give it to corporations just to be like, hey, here's how you can exploit people more. Like, I don't want to sell like online courses is the thing, because like I hate that kind of stuff, dude. Especially when like you're just teaching someone something, right? Like I hate that. Just to be like, oh yeah, you know, this knowledge I want to give you, you're gonna have to pay first. Like I hate that. Like, no. That sucks. Yeah, there was another one. I think Shopify was the other one. Like, they kept advertising as one where you play games and get money. I think I just honestly like try to do that stuff with TikTok, because I don't think the skits will work as well on YouTube. Well, I don't know, because all my girls are on YouTube. I think I just try to just go ham on it and just like post them at like anywhere I can. You know, like all the hashtags to get people to watch me, all that stuff. Again, it's just so hard though, because like, especially if I do on Twitter, and like I'm posting about like Hololive stuff, and then like you go to my Twitch and I'm talking about political stuff, and it's just like, well, it's why like with the shorts I wanted to go like back and forth between the political and like the more fun stuff, but it's so hard to do that, especially with political stuff, because again, that kind of stuff takes like, you need a lot of context for it, so it's hard to condense it in that certain span, unless you just take like a minute snippet out of it, out of like a whole 8-minute conversation, and you just like link back to the conversation. But even then, a lot of people won't watch the whole conversation, you know? It's hard. I do think there's a path for me. I just have to find it. Like, this for sure can work out. I just have to figure it out. I'm not exactly sure how, but I think there's a path. I do need to freaking, like, actually start thinking about college, though. For sure. I need to start thinking about that. Because I honestly still think that I'm probably not going to have a viewing. Or if I will, it's probably going to be like 3 viewers. Which would give me affiliate, so I technically could make money. But obviously that's not going to be sustainable at all. Especially in this economy in America. Please, that is not going to be sustainable in the slightest. Yeah, I guess I could still do it with the TikTok. So I was going back like, oh, I political and like all this stuff, but I guess I could go back and forth between that. You know, like debunk the political ads, like I've been thinking about doing, and then, because I'm sure since I have school tomorrow and like I get YouTube ads all the time because I watch on YouTube, I'm gonna see those political ads again, so I can debunk them. And then like maybe there's like a Hololive clip I want to make a bit on, maybe even just like older ones, you know, at this point, and just want to make bits for them. Like I could do that. Show them on Twitter, because it seems like also like the Hololive girls actually like they can like retweet or like reply to stuff that their people like have made pretty often, so that's neat. Oh yeah, also YouTube's copyright system is being stupid. Hooray! That's awesome, dude. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably my plan going forward, you know. I've actually thought about it now. I think that is the plan I should take. Of, just go on ham on the TikTok. Cause yeah, I think TikTok is definitely gonna be better for, I mean, I think just going ham in general and just like doing all that. But yeah. I don't know though, like the only difficult thing is like, because like, I could do the vertical like recording it that way, right, like the bit, but like that's not gonna make it look good, you know. Like I definitely would have to do the horizontal thing, which means I couldn't make a short of it. It basically have to be like how like Osakai does it with, like, I don't think he does it anymore, but like what he used to do, where he would like, he would have the clip and like it would still be a Hololive clip basically, but he would sometimes do like bits in them. It's like I would basically just become a Hololive clipper is the thing too with that. So yeah, I don't know if I could really do it on YouTube. I think I would have to just do it on TikTok, I think. Like, again, unless it's like already in short form, then maybe, but also I have to keep in mind that it would have to be within a minute. So like, the thing is my bit also can't even be that long either. So that's not part of it. I think again, if it's them talking, then like it's not that big of a deal. But if it's like a gameplay thing, then yeah, it's gonna be very hard to do. That will also make it very hard to make bits. Like, I'm gonna have to just basically pre-prep all the bits and like all that, because I can't really do much with like my other hand. Because I'm assuming I'll be like holding it one-handed for the most part, and just holding it to my face so it looks like you just see my perspective. Maybe if I would get money, my first purchase would be a GoPro. Just so it'd be very easy, and I could actually do bits with my hands then. Or even like bits that like aren't even at my desk necessarily. I guess I could still do that. It would just be, yeah, I don't know. I would have two hands though, so like if I would want to do a bit that would require both my hands, I could do that. Yeah, I think I'll maybe try that. The thing is also, I'm a Twitch streamer, so it's not like I can do like a politics channel and like a Hololive channel and then like gaming channel. Like I can't do that, you know. All of it's got to be included in one, right? So I think also I should just make it so like the TikToks and stuff, like they're just intertwined, which again might be bad for like keeping an audience, but like I feel like again, like I'm just trying to build an audience for Twitch, because Twitch is the main platform I want to use, right? And then like maybe even then, like I can get to a point where I can hire someone to make shorts for me, like my own content on Twitch. I mean, I'm sure I would still do the bits because I would probably enjoy doing them, right? But like I would also have my stream stuff clipped because of that as well. Or like maybe if there's something like super noteworthy, yeah, I would throw it on TikTok or something like that. But I think a lot of stuff that's probably gonna happen on my stream, I'll probably just make a short, and then like the TikTok stuff will be like the bits, and then me like debunking political ads, stuff like that. Or like maybe I'll still do that on YouTube Shorts. It's just I wouldn't have like the context of like the ad with it. Probably I would just like talk about it. I don't know how I would condense that though. I would have to figure that out, but that is probably the best way going forward. Is just to like go back and forth between the politics and all life stuff. Or just like speak my mind like how I did yesterday, but just in like a short form, like TikTok form, you know, stuff like that. I think that'll be great. And then I feel like also once again audience, and like then I'll be more likely to do like games and then like other fun stuff, you know. Another thing is though too, so obviously I'm gonna be political and I'm gonna be a far left character, like a creator, so I'm just gonna have controversy naturally. So also like for collabs, like people would just know that about me, so if they didn't want the drama, I'd understand. But yeah, they would just have that knowledge already, you know. They just wouldn't like so happen to just like stumble into it, you know. Or at least they shouldn't, you know. It shouldn't be like that. But yeah, that's how I feel. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try stuff like that if I remember. We'll see. The thing is that often with the bits, like I have a bit in my head and then it just doesn't work at all. Like when I actually go to start doing it and it's like, oh, this is not gonna work. I think I'm gonna need Sharpies though. Also, I can't write with like pencil, like even like pen. I think I need Sharpies for like some of the bits. Like when you write stuff on like paper and stuff, like you need Sharpies so like they can be read, you know. That's just how it works. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, but yeah, Carney hit 1 million. Congrats to her. I feel like that was like a weird thing just to throw at the end here, but I realized that she hit it, yeah, on the 4th, and I didn't stream at all, and my last stream was me just complaining about politics the whole time, and then obviously this was me talking about my life and maybe what I want to do going forward, or like a path forward for me. So like I couldn't really throw in the whole life stuff, but I'm sure once the 7 Days to Die stuff comes out, then I'll be talking about it a lot, but until then, yeah, so like Iris isn't a part of it, Mume isn't a part of it. Those are two I noticed immediately. I think Narissa's not part of it because I think it was Crony that was the other one that was listed, so I think Narissa's not a part of it. I think there's like Elizabeth's not a part of it either, I think, and I think there might be like 1 or 2 more that also aren't a part of it. But yeah, and I mean the reasons were valid because like there had been a lot of events at Whole Life. And yeah, I wasn't even thinking about it, but yeah, there's been stuff even like before, because I think for EN, like it's really been like noticeable now, like EN Reco like onward. But yeah, even like before, like JP had a lot of events like back to back and like these huge collabs. So yeah, because I think even before of like the JP clubs, because I think ID and EN were invited, but really wasn't a part of it like that much, except for like the EN that like speak Japanese very well, and like I'm sure hang out with the JP people a decent bit. So because yeah, it was Fuamoko, Bay, Iris, and Callie that was, I think, a part of it. There might have been more, but they were like the ones I remember. So yeah, there wasn't that many of them. Yeah, no, it's perfectly understandable that they're getting burnt out from it, because yeah, I do think they should probably show out a little bit. I mean, I think the 7 Days to Die thing was Callie's idea, you know. It was like a company thing, you know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it, well, I think Yen Rekka was, I feel like, I don't know, but GTA I think was Mikama that brought the idea, Miko and Suisei. So yeah, that's my whole thing on that. Yeah, I should probably end it because I'm like 15 minutes over. This is short for a Sunday stream, but I think honestly part of why I didn't stream this morning was because I didn't want to, but I think part of it, the reason for me not wanting to, is because I streamed last night. So I wanted a little bit more of a break before I start streaming. Well, another thing is like I still felt the same way I did now, right? Or like at the beginning of the stream, I obviously talked through it the whole time. So yeah, I was like, well, what am I really gonna do for like 3 hours, you know? Like I'm not gonna be doing anything. So yeah, this also just fits better as like an hour and a half stream, you know? It is funny though how Fuamoko's already almost at 1 million. Like, I think at this rate, like Fuamoko's gonna hit in like 3 days. They have been zooming ever since freaking the GTA thing. They've just been zooming. Ever since GTA RP. They've been initial D'ing it all the way to 1 million. Yeah, I think their goal was 1 million within a year, which, I mean, to be fair, they aren't going to be that far off. Was it going to be like a year and 2 months or something like that? Oh no, I think they were July, right? So it was like it's going to be like a year and 3 months. Well, I think it was like end of July, so it can still be around 2 months. Like 2.5 months. So, I mean, yeah, it wasn't that far off. I was thinking of like who would like stay the longest, because like obviously they had that question. It was either one of Miss Anniversaries. It was either the second or third. Of like who would stay around the longest. I know like people said Kiara for Myth. I was trying to think of like the other generations, right? Because I feel like for Advent it would be Fuamoko, but I think like in real life they're like the oldest member actually. I think they're actually the oldest. So like I think, I'm not saying like it's impossible for them to not be the last ones, but I think it's a lot less likely, obviously, because you do have to keep that in consideration, like how old they are. Because I actually wouldn't be surprised if most of them are actually like in their 30s at this point, honestly. Because I don't think the next generation has fully come up yet, you know? Like I think even with like most VTubers, they're like around the same age of like the content creators I watch, you know, that have been around. Like the Flesh Tubers have been around for like, you know, decade and a half. So I don't think they're like that much younger. So yeah, I just don't think the next generation has probably come up yet of like as far as age has comes around, you know. Because I think even with Justice, like, yeah, a lot of them were like already established VTubers before them. I'm sure like obviously like they were around all before, because I think Elizabeth, her PL, she sang "Die in a Fire," which was the FNAF, like Living Tombstone FNAF 3 song. Which I'm sure that song is real old. I'm sure that's like 9 to 10 years old. Because I assume it was made around when FNAF 3 came out, so... Actually, FNAF 3 probably was like 10 years ago at this point, right? Because I think like FNAF 1 through 4 came out within like a year, right? They came out real quick between each other. Let me look up, honestly, Die in the Fire. Like, when did it come out? Yeah, Fictionale Monte. 2015, so 9 years ago. Yeah, so like Ellie is probably, or Elizabeth, rather, whoops. Probably one of the older members, if I were to guess. And obviously she just debuted. Yeah, when exactly was it? I'm probably gonna mute. Oh, it was an ad anyway. Oh, it stopped the ad. Okay. There we go. I just muted the video here. It was April 2015, okay. Yeah. I'm sure people have brought up. Actually, I think they probably would have mentioned around the time she debuted, but... Yeah, I did not realize... Until people said like, oh, she sang this, by the way. I was like, wait, really? Dang. Because yeah, I think there is a feminine voice that's like... I think she is just pretty much singing the whole time, isn't she? I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of comments on this song. There's like several a day still, which is like crazy. Okay, that one made a call out to it. Yeah, I'm sure like someone made a comment to it. There's another one. Around when she debuted. I just did not realize that she did that. I mean, obviously, yeah, she's great at singing, but it's like one of those things that I didn't know until the... Oh yeah, it's literally one of the top ones. Even though like the amount of likes it has isn't that crazy, but... Yeah, there's another one. Dude, if she actually were to sing that... I don't know if... Because I don't know how they feel about that, right? And like, just in general, because like, obviously Nerissa has a PL too, that was like singing. I think Iris does too. And like, I don't know how they would feel about like, doing their version, right? Like, I think they want to probably like, you know, keep that away from them, if I were to guess. They probably are like, let's maybe not do that. That's what I'm guessing. So yeah, I don't think Elizabeth's gonna do that, and I don't think Nerissa's gonna sing her PL stuff. I mean, they do, I think, do a wink wink nudge nudge to it, because like with Nerissa, it seemed like they have her sing Plastic Love a lot, especially like when she first debuted. She would sing Plastic Love a lot. So I think they were doing like some wink wink nudge nudges to it. I'm not sure if Elizabeth's done that, but yeah. I don't think they're gonna straight up like do something like that. I mean, like, yeah, I feel like most people know. I think Nerissa and Elizabeth probably are the two like most obvious PLs. Well, actually, Gura's probably, because people talk about Gura's all the time. Yeah, I think they're definitely up there. Obviously not gonna say them. Well, I guess I said freaking Elizabeth, but whatever. I'm not gonna try and intentionally say them. It was so funny when I watched that Past Lives though, and it was like, oh, Gigi like might be French. And they also said like under the flag of freedom, like, oh, this could mean like French to the French Revolution. It's like, no, it's obviously America. That's like the main joke of America is it's the land of the free, like freedom. I guess some main dumb joke that like even Americans poke at as like a joke. Very clearly gonna be American. Yeah, I guess just because like the other three were European was probably why, but again, I don't know, man. I feel like when it says under the flag of freedom, it's fairly obvious. I feel like though they really missed the opportunity to call it Murica. That she's from Murica. They really missed that opportunity, I feel like. Because I'm gonna say like, oh, maybe it's because they didn't want to name the location, but they did it with Elizabeth and Aura, because it's Greg Zardi and was it the Romance Empire? It's like they did that. I think Cecilia's Emmerheim, right? It's like they literally named all of them, like all the other ones, so it doesn't even make sense. And even, yeah, Emmerheim and Emmergreen, it's in her name. What the frick, man? Just make it Murica. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't even remember what I was on about with this. There was a point I was doing that, and I don't remember what the point was. Yeah, it is crazy though, the drop from Elizabeth and Raura to Cecilia and Gigi. Which is crazy too, because I feel like Cecilia and Gigi are like the ones that are much more clearly like linked and like already have an identity with each other. I mean, it is probably why their sub counts are also so close. Just because like immediately like they clicked and were like a new like duo for Hololive immediately. I mean, it does help when they're the same gen, you know. That definitely helps for sure. Because yeah, I don't think there's many like, I don't know about JP, but I mean for ID, I guess there's Risu and Ollie, right? That one's kind of a duo. Oh, I think Rene and Muna is too, and I think Rene's second gen, isn't she? Muna's first gen. Yeah, okay, so they're different gens too. But ID has a couple. I mean, but there's also only like 9 of them, so I think it's just bound to happen with them. EN, I don't think there's that many. Because there's obviously Bijou and Kyla, which is the main one. And Crony and Kyla. I guess technically before like Bay and Iris, or just like Iris with Council in general, but I feel like now that they're in the same gen, it doesn't really count. Like, I'm trying to think of like other ones. I guess Nerissa and Kiara maybe a little bit. But I feel like that one like isn't as often. I think it showed up like around when Nerissa debuted. And obviously yeah, I think she is someone who will show up with Kiara's big like announcements or like vice versa, but I don't know if it would be as noticeable of a duo or like notable as like some other ones. You know. It seems like Mume and Cece would be a great one, but I don't know how often that's gonna happen. I mean, I think they've already been like 2 collabs of each other, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what? There was Callie, Bay, and Iris. That was one. It's just that 2 of them are in the same gen. Well, I mean, not really Iris, but they merged. You get what I mean. I think they were only like 2 months apart from each other too, like, as well, weren't they? Like, I feel like they were pretty much the same gen. Yeah, I just don't think there's been like that crazy of combinations. Obviously, there's like shippings, right? So, like Elizabeth and Nerissa, even though I don't think they've collabed. I think they've only been in big collabs. Like not even like 4 people or something like that. They've been like more. The only time they've like interacted with each other. Oh no, actually they did have that one like conversation, I think on Nerissa's stream. So they had that interaction, but that's been it. They haven't had like a dedicated stream with each other. But like that's a big one. I feel like that's also the same thing with Nerissa and Kiara. Like obviously a little bit more because Kiara and Nerissa have collab, but I feel like that's in the same boat. I guess there's Shia Raven. Like that's probably the duo of Advent is Shia Raven. But even like recently, I feel like it's not really been done all that much. I don't think just like those two by themselves have collabed recently. Where like yeah, Justice obviously has Autofister, Promise has Beerus, and then Myth had both Ame Same and why can't I think Takamori? There it is. I was like, why can't I think of the other one? But yeah, I guess for Advent, because I'm not counting Fuwamoko, they're one entity. Like, I guess you could say Fuwamoko, but like, come on. I feel like that's a real cheap answer. I feel like it'd be Shia Raven is the like actual answer, yeah. Yeah, I'm also like half hour over. I should probably end. I've just been yapping. Like my yapping skills are great. Like maybe I could also transfer that while I'm playing a game, and it's just I don't do that. Also that I also like this headache's getting worse too, so I should also definitely end because of that as well. So yeah, let me do this real quick and then I'll get out of here. The one downside with having this on the stream is like if I ever misspell it, then it'll be very noticeable because it shows up on the stream. I don't think I've had an issue with that before, or like I've noticed when, like at least knows when I spelled it wrong before I sent it. Well, I guess there have been times where I've sent it and then like the CloudBot just wasn't on for some reason. So then I had to turn it back on. But it seems like it's remained on for like the last few times. So yeah, I'll see you Tuesday hopefully or something. I don't know, but I'll see you then. Goodbye.